What's up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with a little bit of hot topics, you guys. So these are going to be the week's hottest topics for the week of October the 2nd through October the 7th. So this is just going to be what is hot and what is trending for this week. Now, before we go ahead and just talk about that, if you guys are watching this video or any other on my channel and you guys aren't subscribed, I need you guys to do me a big solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know you can do me that favor by liking the video, so give me a big, huge thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, and also by sharing the video. And once again, give me a big thumbs up on the video. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's talk about what is hot and what is trending this week, shall we? All right, you guys, so we're going to have to start out a little sad this week, so we're going to start up with a rest in peace. So this one was a complete shock when I saw it on the news last week that rapper Coolio had passed away. I was like, what? Coolio passed away? I was like really, really floored when I saw that, because we all know we're getting older, and we all know that death is imminent, that we're all going to eventually die at one point, or at one point we're all gonna die. But when it's people that you just and especially someone that you grew up, like I grew up with Coolio. Oh my God, his music, like Coolio. I really can't believe that Coolio has passed away. I think either Coolio was 59 or 60. I think it was 59. He wasn't yet 60. I didn't realize Coolio was that old. I didn't realize that. I was like, wow, I didn't realize Coolio was in his. I mean, I guess I have to think about it because I'm in my 30s, and Coolio was around when in the 90s when I was a little bitty boy. So you kind of have to think about. You have to kind of think about that. But yeah, so I don't think they've released a cause of death yet. I don't think they have. So yeah, prayers up to Coolio, his kids, his family, his fans, his friends, everyone that loved and adored Coolio. You will for sure be missed here. Can't believe that he's gone. So yeah, rest in peace to the rapper Coolio. So let's pause here and let's move to the next story. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and just get this crap out of the way because I don't understand what's going on. It's been a continuous thing for the last few weeks, so I haven't talked about it. But I've been seeing it on my time, on Twitter, on Instagram, everywhere. So for the last few weeks, I want to say this happened literally after Nicki Minaj released a remix to her song "Super Freaky Girl." I think that's it. Whatever the name of the song is, she released that song, and it feels like to me after that, that's when all the rap girls have been in a tizzy. They've been coming at each other. They've been going back and forth. We know last week that it was Akbar V, who I don't see it for. I'm not a fan of Akbar V. So last week it was Akbar V versus Cardi B. I don't remember who it was the first week. I know, I just don't remember who it was. And can we be honest with each other? Because to me, it just feels like when it comes, especially with Akbar V. I knew there was a piece of hair in my mouth. Especially when it comes to Akbar V, to me, it just feels as if since Nicki Minaj put you on her remix, it feels like now you are taking on her beefs with people, more specifically Cardi B. Now there is some hair in my mouth. Now, my issue when it comes to Cardi, and I'm gonna keep it real, I love Cardi, but my issue that comes in with Cardi is the fact that I feel like with Cardi, you don't have to respond to any of these people, these young ladies, these fans, these stands. You don't have to respond to anybody. The best response is no response. Like I know now, sometimes people do get off by that, right? Sometimes people get off by getting blocked by celebrities or reality TV stars. Sometimes people get off by saying some of the nastiest negative things about the reality TV star or the celebrity, and the celebrity comes back at, tweets them, quote retweets them, and, addresses them. Sometimes people do get off on that. You typically know who those people are, right? Because those people are the type that will constantly tweet you day in and day out with the negativity. Now, I know it's one, sometimes people do, because people do it to me all the time. It just happened to me recently with a Rated to Love cast member where I tweeted something about them last Friday, and you come at me today on Thursday. You come at me on Thursday about it. And it was just like, what the fuck? Like, you talking about, are you okay? I'm like, I was being facetious, and that's a whole week later, almost a whole week later. So, what are we talking about here? But cool. So yeah, I wish that Cardi wouldn't engage with a lot of the stuff that comes at her. That is one of my things with her. I wish she wouldn't engage. So she engaged with Akbar V last week. Then this week I see and I was on the Shade Room that I saw it. Her and JT were going back and forth with each other. I was like, wait a minute, what the hell? When I say her and JT were going back and forth, JT would tweet something, Cardi would quote retweet it. Cardi would quote retweet that, JT would come right back and quote. I'm like, so y'all don't have anything better to y'all can't get in the studio. Y'all don't have studio time. Y'all are on Twitter arguing with each other about what? Like, I was really confused. Now I would know when it comes down to City Girls and Cardi, I thought they were cool with each other. So when did this flip come? Like, that is what I'm kind of confused about, is where this flip came. I don't really care, but it's just interesting because I thought they were cool. And I thought at one point Carisha was finna get involved, but Carisha said, girl, I ain't got time for that. I'm cool with her and I'm cool with her. Like, it's just childish to me. Get in the booth. And rap it out. You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand it. Like I said a few minutes ago, to me, I know for me with Akbar V, that was because of Nicki Minaj putting her on that song. Here's my thing with Akbar V. Despite the fact that I might not like Akbar V, I have to be honest about Akbar. And Akbar is very, very talented, right? I can't deny that the girl is talented. But her talent is overshadowed by the theatrics, the drama, the bullshit that surrounds Akbar V. Akbar should have been riding a high after being on that song. You should have been like, oh shit, I'm on Nicki Minaj's song. Everybody has heard me. Now let me try to, I know Akbar still does her music, but push that. Like, that's why people don't like you. Because you give very much a gimmick. You're a gimmick because of oh my Lord Jesus. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm watching TV and the news is on, and they're doing an interview, and this man, he was mooning the camera. I don't know if he realized it, but he was literally mooning the camera. But this neither here nor there. But yeah, so my whole thing is with Akbar, you just come off as a joke. When, like I said, she's very talented, but you just come off as a colossal joke. So, I don't know why Cardi and JT were going back and forth. I just still don't understand why JT and Cardi were going back and forth. Now, what I did think was funny as hell was because I was looking, I was like, wait a minute, what the hell is going on here? Because I saw Cardi. So somebody quote retweeted Cardi on my timeline, right? Or somebody retweeted her on my timeline, and I was like, that says Cardi B, but I'm like, that has a picture of her avatar, or her profile picture, her avatar, whatever you want to call her. It was Remy Ma. I was like, why did she change this to Remy Ma? And then somebody said that. Then I kept reading, and they said that she did that because Nicki Minaj had turned her profile picture into JT. I was like, if that ain't childish, but it was funny as hell though to me. I can't lie, that shit was a little funny. It was a little bit funny, but yeah, I just don't. If you guys understand the beef between JT, what's going on between JT and between Cardi, feel free to let me know in the comment section because I just don't understand what the hell is going on. Because it just doesn't make sense to me. Get to the music. That's my whole thing. And when it comes to these rap girls, I like everybody, right? I love Nicki, but I do have my issues when it comes to Nicki, but I love Nicki, I love Cardi, I love Meg, I love I'm starting to get into Lotto. Like I like Lotto. Lotto got a good flow. I like Lotto. Like I just want the girls I want the women to stop going against each other. There's so much room for each and every person. Like now when I see this girl's name, I really be want to say Gorilla, but I know it's Glorilla. I need to listen to Glorilla because I hear people talk so positively about Glorilla. I be want to say Gorilla so badly, but Glorilla. I want to check out Glorilla. I want to check out some of these. I think it's like all of these new the female rappers, they are talented. They're good, and I think this is I don't know what the issue is because if we go back to when Nicki Minaj first came out, she was really at that time the only woman that was dominating the charts in rap. We didn't have anybody else. But then if you go back to when I grew up, you had Lil Kim, you had Moni Love, you had Queen Latifah, Foxy Brown, Eve. Oh my God, the list can go on. Like I'm from the 90s and the 2000s. So if you go back to rap, female Trina, like if you go back to female rap in the early 90s, early 90s and the 2000s, you're going to see so many women. Did they have beef? Yes. I mean, we know one person from my era that has beef with a lot of rap women. And look at, if Akbar V continues to go down the route that she's going to, if Akbar V continues to be how she is, you're going to end up just as old and you're going to be old and miserable like Kaya is. Let's keep it real. Y'all can't tell me that Kaya is not miserable with her life. That is a miserable person. I don't give a damn what y'all say, but Kaya is miserable. But I don't spend too much time talking about that. Let's pause here and let's move forward. All right, you guys. So the next story that we're going to talk about is that damn Kanye West. Oh, y'all, I just don't. Honestly, I would prefer not to speak on Kanye because just like I called Akbar V a joke, Kanye West is a joke as well, right? So Kanye had a fashion show for Yeezy. If y'all continue to buy that Yeezy shit, there's something wrong. I'm sorry. I gotta say it like that because why now I will say one thing because I actually recently thought about buying some Yeezy sandals because I like those sandals. I like his sandals. But then I have to just sit down and have a come to Jesus moment with myself and be like, you would like some Yeezy sandals because they look not they're aesthetically they look nice. They look like they're comfortable and whatnot. But then I had to come to my senses and come to Jesus and be like, JB, why are you gonna try to buy some Yeezy sandals? Kanye is a fool, a coon, and an idiot. So I was like, you know what? No, he don't support black people, and I'm not about to support him. My black money is not going to go to any of his pockets. Now I know he does have an issue. I know is having his little riff and tiff with Adidas. Now if Adidas drop his ass from if he don't get anything from it, cool. I might consider it, but I still probably won't buy it. So he was having his fashion show, right? And this is the point where I say, if black people continuously support him, especially with the stuff that he did in this fashion show, then I think there's a bigger problem that you guys should think about. So he made the blogs and everything because of a particular T-shirt that he was wearing. So the T-shirt on the back of it, it had White Lives Matter on it. I was like, what? Then when I saw who he was with, I was like, oh, I know you fucking playing with me. He was with that other coon, whose name I refuse to say. Her initial starts with C and an O. You guys know who she is. She's a puppet for the Republicans. She's a puppet for them. Like, she that is a self-hating black woman. She cannot like herself. She cannot like the skin she's in. She has to loathe herself, hate herself, everything about being a black woman. So yeah, those two were in a White Lives Matter shirt, and I was like, are you fucking joking with me? This is ridiculous. So yeah, so people, and there were black people who were walking down the runway with those White Lives Matter shirts, and I'm like, oh my God, do you not feel anything about that? Now, let's not talk about the Black Lives Matter organization. We know that there are issues with the organization. That is something that we definitely know, that the Black Lives Matter organization has its set of issues. My thing when it comes down to this is, it's not the organization it's not the organization. It's what Black Lives Matter stands for. It's Black Lives Matter came at a time where black men and women were being unjustly removed from this earth permanently. People who look like Kanye West and that coon CO. Like, people were, but she doesn't want. She is one of those people who don't want to believe it. She just wants to say comply with the cops. But did y'all comply? Did your people who went and stormed the Capitol on January 6th, did they comply with the cops? No. That's why some of them are in trial now. Like that woman who jumped through that window, that the cop popped, that the security popped. Y'all was like, when we say she should have complied with them, y'all were like, she was listening to them. No, she was not. Now y'all see how we feel, right? You lost one of your own, but we lose more of ours than you guys have lost that one little whitey down the hole. So yeah, then he came out and he made a statement. I was like, oh my God, will you shut up? Then he went on Fox News and had a conversation with Tucker Carlson. I was like, oh, that's the last person to talk to. But you know what? Kanye is not. He's not with us. He's not for us. I again don't understand how y'all support Kanye. That man doesn't support you. Like, I see a lot of black people who walk around in Yeezys. I actually have a friend that I used to work with. He loves the Yeezy drops. I'm pretty positive he's getting something this year, and he's about all pro black. But I just don't understand how you can be pro black and support somebody who is not for black people. I mean, that White Lives Matter T-shirt spoke volumes to me. And then Lauryn Hill's daughter, she was. You can do whatever you want to do, right? I'm cool with that. But when you tell people that they're a part of a hive mentality, ma'am, aren't you also a part of a hive mentality? Just saying. So then also Kanye came out and attacked this designer, right? And the funny thing is, you attacked this woman, but Boosie, of all people, and y'all know how I feel about Boosie. Y'all know I don't give a damn about Boosie. Y'all know I think Boosie's an ignorant fool. But Boosie, in this particular moment, I was on Boosie's side. Boosie added Kanye West, and basically, I mean, he directly added you. You ain't addressed nothing from Boosie. You didn't address Jaden Smith, but you damn sure didn't address Boosie. Because Boosie added you on Twitter, but you gonna go and attack this black woman. Let me sum it up and say, Kanye is a pussy. Kanye, you guys, and stop calling him a genius. Kanye is not a genius. Let's say that as well. Kanye is not a genius. In music, yes, but outside of music, absolutely not. I don't want to give Kanye too much light either. Like, I didn't want to give the rap girls too much light. I damn sure don't want to give Kanye any light. But if you guys want to continue to support Kanye West, go for it. I don't really care. But yeah, let's pause here and move forward, you guys. All right, you guys. So the next thing that I want to talk about is, child, I don't know if people just don't know what mind your damn business mean. It's a gnat in here. I'm trying to get. I don't know if people don't understand what mind your damn business means, right? So you guys know that recently Candy did interviews with a lot of YouTubers, right? She did an interview with Misha. She did an interview with Scotty and Jamar. She did an interview with House of Aaron. Who else did she interview with? I can't remember. You guys can tell me. But she did a lot of interviews. The one that I remember I watched three of them. I watched Misha because I love me some Misha. Support Misha with whatever she does. I love Misha. I watched Scotty and Jamar's, and then I watched House of Aaron's. So those were the only three that I watched. So anybody else, I don't know. I can't remember who else she did interviews with because I didn't watch them, and it wasn't anything personal. It's just I didn't watch. It was after those three. I was like, okay. If after those three, because I know the next ones came the next day, and I was like, they're probably asking her the same questions. So I was just like, yeah, I'm good. Um, Actually, I know who else she interviewed with. She interviewed with the Ulays first panel, which is Bondi, Niecy, and Jamie. And I think she did. Now, this person, I don't know who she is, Tisa Tells. I saw her, but I just don't know who she is. And I think it was Richie Sky. You guys can correct me. And I think it might be somebody else that I'm missing. I think there's somebody else that I'm missing, and I just can't remember who it is. It's somebody. I know there's one other person. I can't think who that person is, but again, you guys can let me know. So yeah, so when she was interviewing with Aaron, Aaron was asking her about her issues with Carlos King. So I'm not gonna run down the whole thing with her and Carlos. You guys know she said that Carlos took her life story, and that's something that she just won't be able to forgive, right? And that's her prerogative, right? That's on Candy if she doesn't want to forgive, Carlos for that, right? Now, mind you, Carlos never addressed it, but Carlos addresses everything else in that damn podcast. That podcast. That podcast. That's all I'm gonna say about this podcast. He always because he talks about housewives in this podcast, but he didn't address this, so that's fun. So I know that like Tamar, Monica, I think Escape. I can't be. I know that there's some artists that are they did a concert in Atlanta, and I know Carlos' birthday was this past week. So Carlos got on Instagram stories and he posted Tamar and like talking about how that was a great birthday for him. So then that post in his stories, she came back and posted in her stories and saying, my friend Carlos, he never has to steal anybody's anything, right? I was like, oh my God, Tamar, why are we going here? Like, why don't you mind your business? Like, that'd be my thing with Tamar. That's my problem with, and I love me some Tamar. Tamar was my favorite, is my favorite Braxton besides Tracy, because I love Tamar and I love Tracy, right? But Tamar always annoys me because she involves herself in other people's beef. That is the reason why her and K. Michelle had an issue with each other for years, because Tamar involved herself in a situation between K. Michelle and Rashida. It had nothing to do with her, but she involved herself with that. And you guys remember she had the issue with Candy recently. Before this, she had the issue with Candy because of that tour that they had. And wasn't the thing between T.S. Madison and Kaya and Candy them and not Tamar, but Tamar involved herself in it. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. But I seem to remember, because I know it happened from that tour when they didn't want T.S. Madison and Kaya on stage. More specifically, it was Kaya. It wasn't Madison. It wasn't Maddie. It was really Kaya, because in the Queen's Court at the time. I do remember that. And I remember Tamar involved herself. And if you guys don't know, I'm a huge Big Brother fan, right? So I remember when Celebrity Big Brother 2, the cast was announced, and it was announced that Tamar and Candy were both on there. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, how is this going to work out, right? And I watched the show, I watched the live feeds, and I actually saw them on the live feeds make up with each other. And I was like, oh, that is really cool, right? Like I said, I'm a huge Big Brother fan. I watch Big Brother every year. Now, I will say in the last 2 seasons, I haven't watched because I don't be having the time to watch it. But I do want to say about Big Brother, congratulations to Taylor for winning season 24 of Big Brother. This is the first time that a black woman, has won the regular version of Big Brother. Now, Tamar did win the Celebrity Big Brother. She's the first black woman to win that version. But Taylor is the first black woman to win the the Big Brother during the summer, and we have been with this is the 24th season of Big Brother. So congratulations to Taylor. She is the first black woman to win, but she is the second black person next to Xavier, who won season 23 of Big Brother. So congratulations to Taylor. I'm so happy that she won. I saw what Taylor was going through in that Big Brother house, and it happened. So if you guys don't watch Big Brother and you saw the things that were happening to Taylor, this is not the first time that it's ever happened in Big Brother history. If you I will give you guys a particular season to watch, and I will say this season is the season that I will tell you to watch is very jarring and it's very triggering. It is season 15 of Big Brother. I can't remember what year season 15 aired. I think it was like 2000, and I was in college. I was in my last year of college. So I think it was like 2012, 2013, somewhere around here. I can't remember, but go back and watch that season. That is the most racist season that I've ever had to deal with. And one of one of the cast members, she blocked me as soon as as soon as she got home. She blocked me because I'll tell you guys one thing that she said. I'll give you guys one comment. Her name is Gina Marie Zimmerman. So one of the comments that Gina Marie made while in the house was about black people, right? So she called welfare niggas insurance. And that still sticks with me to this day, that bitch literally had the audacity to say that. Ugh. And then the way she attacked this girl, Candace. That's neither here nor there. Back to what I was talking about. And like I said, once again, congratulations to Taylor. So Tamar and Candy went into the Big Brother house. They had their issues, but they made up with each other, right? And they've been, good with each other since then. Well, after Tamar did her Instagram story post, then she went on This Nation with Gary with the T, Brad, Head Crack, and all of them, right? And she doubled down on it. I'm like, Tamar, what the hell does this have to do with you? Why are you inserting yourself in somebody else's beef? Mind your business. Mind your business. That is why people have an issue with Tamar. Tamar butts herself into stuff, and it ain't got nothing to do with her. It's one thing and even with her and Carlos King, it's not like her and Carlos King have been good Judies for years, right? Now I know that Carlos and her interacted via Twitter and Instagram before they met in person, because y'all know they only recently just met in person when she did the nightcap with Carlos King on OWN. That was their first time ever meeting each other in person. So you don't really know what he did previously to you meeting him. So you're making an assumption. You're making an ass of yourself, right? But you know what? Let Tamar do what Tamar's going to do. It just, mind your, the moral of the story, mind your damn business. That's all I got to say. Let's pause here and let's move forward, guys. All right, you guys. So the next story that I want to talk about, and briefly at that, is Antonio Brown. Y'all, what the hell is wrong with Antonio Brown? Earlier this week, I was on Twitter and I saw where Antonio Brown was trending. I was like, why is Antonio Brown trending? Come to find out, Antonio Brown was trending because of the fact that this fool went over to Dubai, right? Was in the pool in Dubai, butt ass naked. And he met this woman, and at one point I saw him, he dunked that woman in the pool. I was like, if I was a woman, I would have whooped Antonio Brown's ass. Like, there's something literally wrong with Antonio Brown. Then later this week, I saw a sex tape that was leaked of Antonio. I was like, what in the hell is going on with Antonio Brown? Because Antonio Brown has literally been on my timeline since Monday, and I want him off of my timeline. There is something, I'm not going to say CTE, but there is definitely something wrong with Antonio Brown that they need to check out. Like, Antonio Brown ain't all the way there, and I just don't know if he ever will be. But at this particular point, he's not all the way there. There's something off in Antonio Brown's brain. And again, I'm not saying CTE. I'm just saying that there's something mentally gotta be. There's got to be some kind of a mental issue with Antonio Brown. But I know that And when I saw that he was in Dubai, butt ass naked in the pool, I'm like, wait a minute, they didn't arrest this nigga? Like, they didn't arrest him. For real. Okay. They didn't arrest Antonio Brown. They should have. They should have. But I'm not spending time on Antonio Brown either, so let's pause here and let's move forward. All right, you guys, so let's talk about Nia Long. So I haven't spoken about Nia Long and her, her fiance or ex-fiance, whichever one he is, that cheated on her, right? I mean, now I know people like, that's Nia Long. Beyonce, there are a lot of people there. I mean, just because you're a big name, just because you fine as hell, don't mean that you can't be cheated on. Is it sad when it happens? Absolutely. So I'm not gonna talk about what happened last week, but I will talk about the fact that her ex, that she shares a son with, or a child with, right, came out this week in defense of her fiance, saying that she should go back to him. Men are weak. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Oh, I hate when people say, like, it's a double standard. Like, it's always interesting when you hear people say that a woman should go back to a husband, a boyfriend, a fiance when he's cheated on her, right? But y'all want to extend that same grace to a woman if she cheats. Oh, you got to leave that bitch. Oh, you got to leave that hoe. Oh, you got to leave that slut. Like, she done went out and slept with another man. That's just low down. That's dirty. That's disgusting. That's how people are. But when it comes to a man, oh, he's just a man. Men only think with their penises, and it makes you think, like, what the hell? What are you talking about? Like, huh? So for her ex to sit there and say she should go back to him, how about maybe you go be with him? If you okay with him, cheating on her, how about you and him go off into, la la land and have good fun? Go do whatever the hell you guys want to do. You go smash this woman, he go smash that woman. Y'all do whatever y'all want to do and be happy as hell. But if Nia chooses not to go back to him, that is her prerogative. That is her choice. That is her decision. Nobody else can tell her what to do. If she decides that she doesn't want to forgive that man for his infidelity, that is her business. Only she can make that decision. Not you, not me, not anybody. Can people advise her, give her advice on what she could do and should do? Yes. But ultimately, it is her decision. And for the life of me, I just never understand people who always say, oh, you should forgive him. Oh, you should forgive him. You should forgive. You should. No. You guys do realize that sometimes forgiveness doesn't necessarily mean I have to stay with you. I can forgive you, but like, you know what? I forgive you. What's done is done. But at this point, this relationship, let's cut the ties with each other, right? Let me know what you guys think about that. We're going to pause here and we're going to move forward. All right, you guys, so let's talk about all these impending divorces that we found out about this week. So the first one that I found out about was Tia Mowry and Corey Harding. I was like, oh, wow. I was just scrolling through Instagram and I saw that after 14 years of marriage, Tia has filed for divorce from Corey. I was like, oh, that's so sad. It's really sad. But then when you start to look at there have been clues out there that Tia has been tweeting and stuff. Now, the one thing I will say is I follow Tia's YouTube page and she always posts her cooking things. Tia is such a fun spirit because her laugh is so infectious. Anytime she laughs, I crack up because she is just so silly and so goofy, and I love me some Tia. I love Tamara as well, but Tamara is the one that I always say is the lost one. Just saying. I just feel like Tamara just be out there on an island and it just be like, girl, come to shore. Come to shore. No, I'm just joking. But Tia is so bubbly, so Like I said, her laugh, infectious. I just love Tia, and I love her channel. And you know, you will if you look at those tweets that they had recently started they posted, there might have been some clues that everything wasn't hunky dory with Tia and Corey. Tia says that they're gonna still be good friends with each other so that they can co-parent their children Cairo and Cree. Beautiful. I love those. I love those names. So yeah, I don't think they're gonna ask for spousal support or alimony, so they're gonna just co-parent with the children, and that's good. Interesting, right? Interesting. 14 years together, and she cites irreconcilable differences. So, I would assume, my assumption, I don't know this to be true, but I would assume that maybe they just grew apart from each other. Who knows? I know people are speculating that Corey cheated. He said that that's not true. I don't believe he cheated on her. I believe that they just probably grew apart. I mean, they had been together for years before they got married. Not that long, but they had been together for some time before they even got married. So, um, I hope this is an amicable divorce for those two. Then the next couple that's getting a divorce, which I thought they were already divorced. Miguel and his wife, she filed for divorce from him. I'm like, wait a minute, is this the second time that y'all filed for divorce? Kind of like Neo and Crystal. This is the second time that y'all have filed for divorce. Literally, it's the second time. Because I think that they filed for divorce during the pandemic, but then they got back together. Okay, let me know what you guys think about that. And then the last one that we don't necessarily know if they are in fact getting a divorce, but there are talks about them getting a divorce attorney. Tom Brady and Giselle Bundchen. That one, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. That one is no shock to me, and I'll tell you guys why it's no shock to me because of who. I mean, it's Tom Brady, right? Y'all know Tom Brady recently retired from the NFL, but said, "Psych, I'm coming back to the NFL," right? And I feel like him playing in the NFL might be I actually did see an interview where Giselle was talking about that, him being in the NFL and playing. I think that might have played a factor in their marriage because you're not really home all the time. So it's really mostly her there with the kids, taking care of the kids. So she could feel like she's by herself. So if they are getting a divorce, that wouldn't shock me. Hate to say it, but it wouldn't shock me because of Tom Brady. So yeah, you guys, that's really all I got for this week. Actually, let's pause here. I got one final little story that I want to wrap up with. So let's pause here and move forward. All right, you guys. So this story, I saw it as I was driving, and it came across not my Twitter, my Instagram timeline. So actually, just happened. I saw this while I was at work about Joe Biden. So Joe Biden is looking to legalize marijuana because he's I think if I read this correctly, I know he's overturning convictions for marijuana cases, right? And he's urging, come on, Joe. That's all I gotta say is come on, Joe, because marijuana. I mean, look at how profitable marijuana is in Vegas, California, um, where else is Vegas, California, and it is Colorado. Like those three places alone. Look at how profitable it is in those places, right? And it's it's my state, Texas. It's illegal, and it's just like because I know every year, I know for the last few years they brought it up for a vote, but it never passes. But I feel like eventually it will pass here in Texas. It's just gonna take some time. It might take legislation to, up with Congress, and it might take for legislature to make it a legislative law that weed is not illegal. Like, I'm not even getting get into my spiel about it. Actually, I might get into my little spiel. Like, people always want to compare weed and alcohol. Weed slows you down. Alcohol, that completely impairs you. Like that messes with you so badly. Whereas weed just slows you down. So you never heard of any? I mean, have you ever heard of a person who was under the influence of weed? Have you ever heard of them having an accident? You may have, but not one that's killed people. You know. So let's just think about that. So yeah, Joe, go ahead and make it legal to smoke a little weed, because I would love it. I mean, I can smoke weed now if I do. I haven't smoked in quite some time, but with my job, they didn't drug test me, so I don't have to worry about getting drug tested at my job. So I'm good on that one. So I can smoke anytime I want. So I just haven't had the opportunity to. But yeah, go ahead and pass it. Go ahead and pass it, Joe. I believe in you. But that's really all I got you guys for this week. Let me know what you guys thought of. Let me know what you guys thought about all the stories that I discussed this week. It felt so good to be back. I have missed you guys for the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks that I have not done Hot Topics. I've wanted to do them, but I just haven't had the push to do Hot Topics. But we are back in full effect with Hot Topics, you guys, and I will see you guys later. So I was gonna do Salt Lake City. I don't think I'm gonna do Salt Lake City this week. I don't feel like it, but you guys will see Zatima, and you guys will see Rated to Love, Bell Collective Reunion Part 2. Thank God for that. And you guys will see Life After Lockup. Oh my God. One more episode of Life After Lockup, and then we'll move over to Love During Lockup. But I'll catch you guys later. We do this every single week, same time, same place, same channel, and I am your same host, you guys. Stay safe, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands, wear a mask, social distance. Be blessed, you guys, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.